Morning, guys. Hope you're well. Today I'm not going to do a traditional tarot reading, but I'm going to talk to you a little bit about life. Every day we have interactions with several people and several things and incidences happening to us every day. We encounter many scenes, we hear many sounds, and we have infinite abundant thoughts. And a lot of those thoughts sometimes stay with us and they roll round with us a little bit later on after the incident or whatever it is has occurred. But I do believe all these incidences are a really prime opportunity for self-growth. Today on the burner we have bergamot and lavender. Smelling very floral in here this morning, very calm, lovely. It's been a beautiful June morning up on the moor this morning, and all the dogs are out and every living being is out this morning enjoying the warm sunshine for the promise of a lovely day that's to come. So I talk in my readings a lot about finding joy, not beating yourself up, cutting yourself slack and letting it flow. Yes, I've got cards in my hand. I am going to pull you a few healing cards along the way in this broadcast, but I just want to talk to you about something that set me thinking a little bit more. Now, at this stage in my life, I've got a really good established set of soul tribe. I count them as family. They're good, solid, sterling people. And I think in one of my last videos I talked about off-the-wall conversations that go down the rabbit hole and some. Now, it's kind of a branch off of a conversation I had earlier on this week, and we were talking about understanding ourselves and being okay with that. And I spoke to them about aspects of ourselves that perhaps we're not so comfortable with and that we don't like, in, for example, our ego, our desire, drive, things that we want even though they're not good for us, addictive personalities and knowing our limits, and intention. Now the full moon comes here in the UK at 4:41 tomorrow morning, Sunday morning. Today is the Saturday, the 3rd of June, just for reference for you, and the full moon comes in at 4:41, but the energies have been potent all week, and speaking amongst various members of Soul Tribe this week, that's been apparent. All of us, I think, have struggled. The worst ones were the eclipse ones. They were buggers. They really were. But thank God they've gone, along with retrograde. But another 2.5 months and they'll be back. It's an ever joy, isn't it? Anyway, so emotions and self-work, shadow work and reflection. One thing I want to say, I personally have learned, but I don't know if my revelation to it or my clarification with it will help others, and I hope it does, is being okay with not ticking all perceived boxes. I'll tell you what I mean by that. Some people put too much pressure on themselves. Some of us feel that unless we do a certain set, we give ourselves too many rules, too many restrictions sometimes. Unless we live life this way, this way, this way, this way, and not forget to do that, something terrible is going to happen to us. It's not. A lot of us overcomplicate this life. The universe understands intention. It hears intention. It's not just what this says. It's what you radiate. It's your vibration. And those of us that know. Now it's much easier said than done. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it or lie. It is much easier said than done. And Whitney Houston sings a song, The Greatest Love, and I am ashamed to admit I never actually listened to and processed the words and understood their true meaning until the last few months or so. And I'm 48. And that song's nearly 40 years old. Shame, shame, know your name. Prime example of not beating yourself up. But what she says in the song is she says, loving yourself is easy to achieve. No, it's not. And ironically, for poor Whitney, she didn't love herself in the end. So it wasn't easy to achieve, and God bless her soul. It may well scan in a song, and it may well scan in society. But what we need to look at truly within ourselves is, okay, what's perceived is nice and it looks good on paper and whatnot, but is it realistic? Is it workable? Ultimately, the core to this is, if your intentions are good and you do it from a good heart, okay, and if you are a bit stuck and you don't understand, you're honest and humble about that. I've just seen 0555 on the timer. You're honest and humble. Okay, don't worry about your ego or your pride. If there is something you think you've messed up on, or something you're needing a little bit of help with, or something you're not quite understanding, but you're thinking at your age you should know it, so you're a little bit too prideful to ask for help, don't ask for help. Okay, if you don't ask, you don't get. And also, when you ask for help, any communication with souls around you, or any communication to the universe, or anything really, opens up channels. It adds branches and leaves to your tree of life. Okay, so do ask. And again, if there's something that's not clear, this is another conversation I had just yesterday, ask. You don't need to sit cross-legged in a tie-dye get-up with smoke billowing and music ah-ahing behind you. Oh, universe, no, you don't have to do that. Just because there's a perceived image, there's not rules and regulations that you need to follow. You don't have to do that. You can be unloading the dishwasher on a Wednesday afternoon before you run out for the school run. You can just say, please help me, I'm having trouble with this. Always work in an air of energy of gratitude and thanks, okay? Do that because it's just respectful and polite. And you'll be so much surprised by what you can achieve. My late mum used to say, Hayley, you achieve so much more by tact than by bluster. She was a very wise woman. I didn't give her half the credit she deserved when she were on this plane, but my goodness, every word of that's true. So be honest, be humble, okay, but be thankful and grateful. Don't be impatient and don't be disrespectful, okay? It doesn't matter how you ask. If you feel, you have to go with how you feel. If you want to sit cross-legged on a dirty mat with tie-dye robes on and smoke going, I'm not mocking, I'm just saying, okay? If you want to do that because it makes you feel better, makes you feel more at one, knock yourself out, do it, fine. But don't beat yourself up if you don't have a tie-dye robe or you don't have that, okay? I'm just going to veer slightly into magic and manifestation while we're here as well. A lot of people, when they try to do their positive manifestations to the universe, or some of us that use fire magic or candle magic, feel the need certain colour candles and certain herbs for this, that and the other, okay? White candles are generic. Okay, it's intention that's put behind what you're asking for, what you're hoping to achieve. It's the intention that comes from here and here, okay, from your crown chakra, from your higher self, from your spirit, from your core. So you can have a white candle as long as you speak your intention. It doesn't matter whether you want to protect, okay, whether you want to banish, whether you want to manifest love, okay, or healing, or whatever it is, okay. Your intention speaks for you. If you're going to be out of order and wish something bad on someone else and you do it on a white candle, your intention is your intention. Expect it to come back to you, okay. The universe is a boomerang and the universe will respond. Karma is a babe, and if it doesn't happen immediately, anything that is a bit shady and a little bit inauthentic will come back to you in its time. Know this, okay? If you mess up unintentionally, be honest, authentic, and say so. Say, I'm sorry, I was misguided there. Sorry, I was angry there. How can I rectify? How can I make? Little signs come. Sometimes you'll get a direct audio download, okay? Sometimes you'll get a dream. Sometimes it'll be something like a duck will run out in front of you in the road, okay? So you'll stop, you'll pick up that duck, you'll rescue that duck. It's your chance to make amends with the universe. Little signs are everywhere. You just need to be vigilant and listen, okay? Don't just listen for the noise to stop or the distraction to pass, okay? Look, really look, okay? You can hear with these, okay? You don't need to use this all the time. but there are times when you need to speak because you need to ask. I find a good time at night to speak. I have the blessed luck of having a oversized skylight that directly above looks at Perseus. And when on a clear night, I can get some of the most amazing views. It's like having my own planetarium in bed. It's awesome. I'm so blessed. And every day I thank the heavens and the gods, the goddesses, and all celestial beings for the gift of the day that I've been given, for the health that I've been kindly afforded, and for the protection, health, and that of my children and my dog and my loved ones around me. There's nothing wrong with always giving thanks. Every day is gifted, okay? Where there's no air of expectation, it gives the universe room and space to properly process your energy, your vibration, and allocate good blessings to you accordingly. If you're disrespectful with anybody on this plane, you're going to get it back both barrels. Same applies to the universe. So be humble. Be honest with yourself and the universe, because if you're not, the universe knows anyway. So what it will keep doing is it will keep sending you the same lesson time and time again. And some people say, I never do anything wrong, I always have bad relationships, I attract rah people, it's never my fault. Okay, there's your lesson right there. Yes, it is. The reason why there are multiple fuck-ups is because we didn't learn the lesson. No one is perfect, okay? If we were all perfect, there would be no allocation to us on this earth. We've been put on this earth from the divine to learn lessons, okay? I've got a failed marriage behind me. I've got a whole box set of failed fuck-ups. They are. Sometimes I look at them and I look back and I just think, my goodness, what were you thinking? It was there. It was so bloody obvious. You're absolutely idiot, okay? Whilst we do say, be careful how you speak to yourself, yes, but also be honest. And you say, okay, universe, yeah, I messed up big time there. That were a bit daft. It was shown to me. I ignored it because I hoped. What could I do better next time to ensure that, one, that doesn't happen, and two, I can approach it differently, and three, I'm able to be given the express clarity without my heart getting in the way to see it properly. Okay? That can happen with various instances in our lives. And trust me, you get to my age, you've got a box set of them. And I'm not proud of that. But they're all lessons, nevertheless. And I wouldn't want to do them again. Some people say, I'm glad for the lessons that life has brought me because it's made me who I am today. If you truly believe that, good luck to you. Personally, I don't, but they're all lessons, and thank you very much for the lessons. But if I had my life over again, no, I would not repeat some of the things that have happened to me. But I am thankful for who I am today. Okay? I am thankful for my own ability to stop and pause and understand and gently guide myself through this work. It's a bit like learning to walk, okay, or a bit like learning to drive or learning to do anything really. You can have a few times where you don't get it quite right, but instead of beating yourself up, being too serious with yourself or being a perfectionist with yourself, putting yourself on a pedestal, you can put unnecessary pressure on yourself when you can unintentionally block your path of progress. So be humble, be open-minded, allow yourself to not get it pitch perfect the same time the first time. Okay, she says, speech tripping. But do pay attention. Don't intentionally go in there guns blazing, not paying attention with okay, it's all right, fuck up is not a problem. Do use discernment. Okay, do be careful, but be honest, humble, okay, and authentic with yourself. And don't be afraid to ask for help from your soul tribe, your friends, and the heavens, all right? This is all part of your healing. Cut yourself slack, but be honest with yourself. If you can get the balance of that right, message me and show me how. Okay, but ultimately, make friends with yourself, because you are your best friend, your own best friend. You'll be your longest union, your greatest love affair, and if you're all right with you, then you can attract other energies in that can enhance that energy and you know, together and collectively, you could be a powerhouse. You see what I'm saying? A powerhouse of love, unity, knowledge, and growth. And isn't that a wonderful thing for us humans to attempt to learn? If we can achieve it some part of the way, isn't that wonderful? So today, finally after 14 minutes and 40 seconds, I've got some Whispers of Healing oracle cards. Really pretty. Again, seduced by artwork. So let's just pull you a few cards today and see if the cards and the heavens have been listening. I guarantee they probably have. When I do readings, I always say to you, I don't know what's coming, don't know where it's going to go, or where it's going to end up. I'm an intuitive witch, yeah, same applies. The decisions or actions that you say, make or take, they're on you. They are. Taking responsibility for yourself, learning to laugh at yourself, learning to understand that if other people treat you badly and other people reject you, it doesn't mean you're less than, it just means they're not for you, okay? Just means they're not for you, and that's okay. There's someone for them and there's someone for you, and rejection is protection. You know, if someone doesn't want you or they treat badly of you, then that's their own work, but it just means there's something better for you. Sometimes the universe knows you're not listening, so it makes something extra spiky, so you've no other option but to listen. Because we can all wear our rose-tinted glasses, we're all guilty of it. We'll make excuses for people and try and justify it, romanticise things. That's just the nature of us as humans. We're like fuck-ups on legs a lot of the time. But that's a lesson that we have to get to grips with. Again, if you know how to do that, let me know. But most of us are winging it. As long as we have fun and we spread love whilst we're winging it, and our intentions are good, and we're honest about our learning and our choices, then it's all good. Right. Yeah. I love these cards, and they have been listening. Okay. What did I say? Learning. So I'm going to tell you what I've got. Okay. Choice. We all have choice in the actions that we make, all right? And negativity's next here, okay? You have a choice whether you allow negativity into your life or not. Anyone who's toxic, you have a power to say no. And there is always the divine block and delete button. Liberation at its best. So whenever there is negativity surrounding you or presenting you, people say, I attract trouble in. No, you invite it in. It's around us all the time. They're a bit like vampires or bailiffs. They only come in if you allow them in, okay? So you have a choice in everything that happens in your life. You have the choice and the power to say no, okay? But as long as you work from, again, an energy of kindness, kindness will come back to you, okay? Those that are negative have no place in your life. There's an awful lot of energy vampires on this earth plane. I was thinking about this just driving back from the mall this morning with the dog. It was a beautiful morning, the road were empty, the sun was shining, the dog was well chuffed on the back seat. She absolutely loves the car, she loves being chauffeured, the little lady that she is. I'm driving along, listening to some sounds, and it's all good in the hood. It's absolutely, yes, this is the life moment. And I was thinking about kindness and negativity and takers in this world, and how it is, there is always energy vampires waiting in the wings in various forms, not just romantic forms, various forms to infiltrate your space. You see, light shines, and light that shines is visible. And those that have negativity, that want to make their light shine, that don't want to do the work, that want to drink from your cup, will only come in if invited. They're all watching, they're always watching. Energy is like that, be it universal energy, celestial energy, spiritual energy, any kind of physical human energy. They're always there watching the light, because the light is bright, it makes itself seen, okay? But it's whether you allow it in, okay? So you have choices to allow it in. Your kindness to yourself is not allowing that negativity to come in, and be grateful for your own light that you have been gifted, because although it comes from you, you are the universe, okay? And it is a gift from the universe for you. Again, this is all about the learning time. Just go back to grateful. She's looking up, there's a butterfly, there's transformation, okay? Be grateful for everything in your life, for the good times, for each day that you're gifted, for that warm cup of tea in the morning that you have, just for being. I'm grateful for grey hair and being middle-aged, because not a lot of people, not everybody, gets that privilege. Okay, there's people I went to school with that I know no longer here. They didn't have that privilege. 20, 30 years later, I'm looking at myself, I'm thinking there'll always be forever 11, or there'll be forever 25, or there'll be forever 30, or forever 21. And here I am, hurtling towards 50, and I look at my crow's feet, and I look at my crazy silver hair, and I just think, okay, it's good. Lucky to have that. Yeah, be grateful. Learn to love yourself, every aspect of yourself, your ego, your negativity, your out of lineness. I know that's not a word, but you get what I'm talking about. Learn about yourself. Learn about the world around you. Be humble, be grateful, be kind. Yeah. Anything else? It's just a self journey, really, about yourself. Okay. Don't beat yourself up. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Receive healing. Okay. Receive help when it's given, but do it in an era of gratitude and thanks. Okay. The universe is abundant and it's amazing. There is enough to go around for everyone. You are really good enough. Another conversation I had as well. Is that when you think something is too good for you, or you're not good enough for it, often the feeling that follows that is shame, okay, and a little bit of awkwardness with yourself. Don't do that. Stop. Unpack it, okay. Look at the situation and think, why do I think that energy, that person, that job, okay, that house, that car, whatever it is too good for me? Or, on the flip side of the coin, let's go down the rabbit hole a little bit here, do you think you are not good enough for them? Now I'm going to explain what I mean by that. And although they're two sentences that some people say, yeah, but they mean the same. No, they don't. Too good for you. I'm not good enough for them. Now, sometimes people think things are too good for them. I'm not going to buy that posh car. I'll only scratch it up. Okay, it'll only get dirty inside. It's too good for me. Okay. Well, clean it then. Make sure it's tidy. There you go. Huzzah, problem solved. You're good enough for that car. I'm not good enough for that car. I can't drive the car, or I can't stay sober enough to drive the car, or my driving licence has been revoked from dangerous driving. I'm not good enough for that car. Just an example. Let's flip this into humans, shall we? That human being I like the look of is too good for me. What do you mean by that? Do you mean that you have entertained energies that have not been what you perceive to be that standard or that visual, okay? I'm going to say this in my good old South London slang, if you always dated mingers and all of a sudden a beauty comes along, you think, oh Christ, way above my pay grade there. Or, on the flip side, do you think, I'm not good enough for them? In other words, I haven't done the work and they deserve a good, authentic being that can look out for them, give them the space to grow, okay, and love them authentically. Two different meanings, two different perceptions, but ultimately the same sentence. I think I said in one of my previous videos, if someone ever says to you, I'm not good enough for you, believe them. I stand by that. One of my past energies said to me when I first met them, I posted a photo of me in Woodland a few years back, and they messaged me and said, she was so beautiful. I'm not good enough for you. Okay. And I laughed and said, why on earth would you say that? Now, what I was doing there was massaging their ego and halting their growth. I was enabling, okay? What should have been brought to the forefront in both heads there was, okay, I'm not good enough for you. What can I do to be good enough for you? Why am I not good enough for you? And what I should have thought at the time was, okay, what is it I'm not being shown that's made this person say this? Okay, insecurities are insecurities, but if someone has insecurities that they truly believe that, they shouldn't be in that union. They need to go away and they need to do the work, okay? They need to go away and they need to do the work. If you feel that something isn't good enough for you, okay, or that you are not good enough for something, because I do believe the two different sentences, so let's just go back a bit here. You are not good enough for someone, okay? So what would it take for you to be good enough for someone? What do you need to do to be good enough for someone? Can you consistently exhibit that behaviour to deliver that for all time? This isn't just to hook them in, okay? This is not an introductory offer. And are you prepared to commit to be that version of you that would be good enough for that person? And this is where shadow work comes in. This is where your personal work comes in, okay? And this goes both ways, okay? So, you cannot love someone properly and authentically, objectively and kindly through good and bad if you can't love and understand yourself through good and bad. You can't give to someone else what you can't give to yourself. So if you think that you're not good enough for that person, you need to look at yourself and think, okay, am I good enough for myself? Because if you're good enough for yourself and you're happy and through like a stick of rock, happy that you are good enough for yourself, then there should be no question that you are good enough for anybody, okay, that sparks your interest, that you like the look of. Just because we've done shady things in the past doesn't mean they're going to follow us, okay? We'll fuck up. It's part of life. Doesn't mark your card, okay? If you feel that it does, that's work you also need to do, okay? Be honest, authentic, and humble with yourself about that. And if the situation calls for it, be humble, honest, and authentic with the individual about that, if the situation arises and if you feel it calls for it. So when you think something is too good for you, right? I come from, I don't think I'd say humble beginnings. They're quite poor, really. But they didn't need to be, okay? People live in an air of lack sometimes, I think, because it goes through generations, okay? And they get used to living in an air of lack. And I actually used to be mocked as a younger individual for liking the fine things. Now, from where I come from, certainly isn't where I've ended up here, okay? My life is completely different to where I started, okay? I live in a nice house overlooking a moor. I drive a nice car, and I've got 3 amazing children. And I have everything that I didn't have, materially, spiritually, and emotionally. I have everything I need. I'm certainly not loaded. I'm certainly not rich. But my ducks are in a row, and the lights are on, and the engine's moving forward, so to speak, okay? It's understanding that I don't have Buckingham Palace, I don't have chauffeur-driven limousines, and I can't go shopping without looking at prices. I have to go to Aldi and Lidl and crack the best deals I can, but that's part of my blueprint, that's part of my excitement, that's part of my growth, it's what I do. We still live very, very well here. It's understanding, giving yourself the best life with the resources that you've got, and then growing it from there. And that, again, follows on and goes into what makes you good enough. So, although I didn't come from beginnings where they drove nice cars and had nice houses and lived opposite beautiful scenery and had all the ducks in a row, I have that now because I've manifested it, because I've made it happen, because I knew that I was worthy of that. And the main understanding is understanding that you deserve the best. You are worthy. Yes, you do deserve it. Yes, it is good enough for you. There's plenty to go around. There's abundance to go around. You are not less than anybody or anything because you have done the work. Your intentions are good and authentic, and you deserve that. You are just as good as anybody else out there. No one is good, better than you, or worse than you. You're just different. Okay, every energy is different. Like there's no fingerprint the same. Okay, energy is different. It just is. Okay, so understand that you're coming from a place of good intention, healing, and love, and authenticity. Okay, honesty as well. Okay, you're good in the hood. All right, you deserve it. You deserve good things. Okay, you can give good things. You can get good things, and it really is quite as simple as that. Just have a quick look at daily healing here. If you're still here, thanks. Now, I know a lot of people probably would have clicked off after a couple of minutes because it's not a tabloid tarot reading, but I'm being honest and authentic here. Okay, develop awe and severance for life. Yeah, every day is gifted, guys. Every day is gifted. And it's been gifted to you. So if it's been gifted to you, you're definitely good enough. Avoid hateful thoughts as they are just as hurtful as physically striking someone. Yes, that, right in the back of the net. Hateful thoughts to yourself as well, okay? Hateful thoughts to yourself. Any more, please? Yes, let's have a look. Ooh, got a few here. Should we read them all? Yeah, I'll I've been told, read them all. Right, okay. Take time to acknowledge the subtle changes in your spiritual evolution. There you are. Cut yourself slack, okay? Don't be upset because you haven't ticked all boxes. Maybe you're not meant to tick all boxes. Your chart's different to everyone else's. No one being is the same. Master the step you are on. Yes, preferably with glasses on so you can read on this light background. But there you are, cutting myself slack again. Right, where are we? Distinguish the importance of your inner spiritual work from outer success. The engine runs, but you ain't seen the state of it under the hood, but it still runs. There you are. Get what I'm saying? Okay. Learn to keep your heart open and soft through the trials of life. Don't let life make you brittle. Shit happens. It just happens. Learn from it. Move on. Make peace with yourself. More often than not, it's not about you. It's about them. I'm just going to pull you a postcard from Spirit. I love this deck. Okay, it's giving me a message from the universe. Send you on your way. It's a bit of a long one here. Some of you might like this style of reading, some of you might not, but this is just an impromptu one-off one that's come out. So I'm just going to finish the shuffle here. I don't know if it's OCD or divinely guided, but it is what it is. Okay. Dear you, oh my, things are stirred up and changes upon you. This is cause for celebration. No need to be nervous, but know that it's okay to be afraid when faced with the uncertainties of life. The funny thing is that courage doesn't get mastered in the absence of fear, rather in spite of it or even because of it. Step into the unknown now. Let go of the branch you are clinging to and let Spirit take the wheel and help steer you to your highest good and most wonderful adventure. All you need to convince yourself with is choosing courage as your ally. Leave the rest up to us. There's a lot of miracles being shipped your way. Remember what philosopher Joseph Campbell said, take one step forward, the gods, and they will take 10 towards you. We're all doing the destiny cha-cha on your behalf. That's right. Don't be afraid to dance. Loving you always. Be brave. Don't do things because you're worried about failure. Do it. As long as you do it in kindness and good intention, do it. It's like when you learn to ride a bike. You know there's a risk of you falling off. If you fall off, get back on it and start again. Okay? Like when you learn to walk, you didn't just suddenly give up because you kept falling over. We'd all be in trouble if that happened, wouldn't we? So understand that sometimes things aren't going to go as smoothly. Let go of that. Let go of the control. Stop trying to control everything. Let go, let God. Have faith. Trust the universe to have your back. Trust the universe to teach you in the most divine way. Cut yourself some slack. Take yourself off that pedestal because pedestals are not always good. It's good to worship. It's good to worship yourself and love yourself. But be objective about it. Don't bind yourself because of it. Okay? Take the pressure off. Okay? Take it off the gas. After me gabbling on for almost 33 minutes, that's all I think I've got to say on the matter today. But please do cut yourself some slack. Know that you are a divine being. There's good in everybody, I'm sure. But know that nothing is too good for you. And if you feel that you're not good enough for anything or anyone, look at why you feel that and take steps to change that, okay? There's a difference, isn't there? It's not good enough for me, or I'm not good enough for it. They are two different meanings. Think about that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care of yourself. See if you haven't already, please like, share and subscribe. Get us shared far and wide. If you're still here, thank you from the bottom of my messed up heart. Have yourselves a lovely weekend. And I shall catch you soon. Take care, guys. Thank you. See ya.